Welcome, replay viewers. Hey, Andrea. Hey, Kim. What's up, guys? 8 days a week. Don't you wish you had 8 days a week? I know I do. I know what I would do on my 8th day of the week. Nothing. I would lock myself in an empty room and do nothing. I'm pretty busy all week long. Welcome, everyone. Say hello. If you want, you can share this with your followers. I'm just talking some time management, fun stuff. Yeah, one more day dealing with... That's why I said I would lock myself in a room with nobody around me and do nothing. Maybe I would read. So many books on my list to read. I don't set enough time aside to read, but I like to read. So my scope today is just some time management tips. Some things that I've learned listening to other people, some things that really work for me, some tips to pass down to other people who are trying to build their dreams at home or that are staying home with their kids, time management tips. It takes a village, y'all, and we have to share this tribal knowledge with each other, because if you guys have tips and you're not sharing with me, that's really not cool. So I want to share my tips with you guys. I first want to start off the scope with telling you one of my favorite tricks. And I know Kim knows about this one, but we have passion and motivate together. So these are the two emotional aromatherapy blends from doTERRA, passion and motivate. I use these guys together all the time when I have to come up to my office and sit down and do work. And maybe I'm like, oh, I really just want to sit and watch Netflix or, do nothing. So I use these two in combination. Passion is the inspiring blend and motivate is the encouraging blend. And when you put them together, I swear it ignites a fire in you. The fire of creativity, the fire of gotta get it done, the fire of brilliance in your mind, word flow, whatever it is that you're sitting down to do, whatever monumental task that you have to do, when you put these two oils together, magic happens. So I came up here and decided to do a scope, and while I was waiting, I made myself a roller ball of that because I use that combination together all the time. Like, I really need to put this in a roller ball to make it so much easier. So I'm trying to think of a creative name for this combination. You guys can spam me with your ideas. But I put 15 drops of each passion and motivate, and then I filled the rest with fractionated coconut oil. So I'm going to keep this up here in my office and just roll it on. It's brand new. I haven't even used it yet. It's not quite juicy yet. So roll it on. Smell. Put it back here on the back of my neck. Put some in my hand. Rub it together. I'm ready to do whatever it is I need to do, including coming up here and periscoping. It's been like 2 weeks and I was kind of nervous. This is the unnervous blend. I actually wrote these notes for a periscope a couple of weeks ago and just haven't sat down to share it with you guys. So forgive me for reading, but I did want to make a couple of points. So 25 hours in a day. A little background. I'm a stay-at-home parent. So I have 2 little ones that are home with me all day long. And I'm also a network marketing professional trying to build my dreams at the same time, in addition to a small business owner, I'm a doula and a photographer. and a lactation counselor. I do a lot of things. I wear many hats. So I want it all. And I'm a mom, and I'm allowed to have it all if I want. So how do you do all that? How do you find the time to do all of that and still be, there for your family and take care of your kids and put dinner on the table? So I have 5 tips written down on my sheet here. I'm just going to run through them. The first one on the list is probably going to be the most painful to some people, but television is a time suck. So if you are one of those kind of people that has, 37 shows that you record on your DVR every week, and you sometimes feel a slave to having to get all of those watched so you can delete them to make space on your DVR, I challenge you to go to that list on your DVR and rate them and find the show that you like the least, or multiple shows that you like the least, and delete them from your DVR. Do not record them anymore. Just get rid of it. You are going to feel like this amazing pressure lifted off of your chest. And if you delete one show, it's 1 extra hour a week. If you watch a lot of garbage TV and you delete like 7 shows, that's 7 extra hours a week. That's 25 hours a day, right? We just added 7 hours to our time. So, amen. Yes, we don't have cable either. It's the most amazing thing ever. So now when the TV is on, it's something that we actually want to watch. We have to make an effort to watch it. Something on demand or a Netflix show. Half of the premium shows that we were watching recently just went off the air. I'm like, oh well, that's more time that I get to spend in my business. And I love it. I mean, it's the greatest tip ever. Like, getting rid of cable, getting rid of all the stupid shows. Like, I'm just, you know what? My dreams are more important to me than making sure that I stay up to date on this, that, and the other show. So I challenge you to do that. Go to your DVR, get rid of it. Okay, number 2 may also be painful. Facebook is a time suck, you guys. It is a total time suck. Yes. And I admit, probably up until like 6 months ago, I was a total Facebook junkie. I mean, I moved. I don't have a really good network of people here yet. And, before that, I moved from Ohio and I missed all my friends. I spent a lot of time on Facebook trying to connect with people, talk to people. But there are some really negative side effects of Facebook. 1, you spend hours on Facebook and you don't even realize it, and you have accomplished 0. 2, there is so much negativity on Facebook, you guys. I mean, people share like horrible stories, horrible news stories. People complain about their lives all the time. People are just Debbie Downers all over Facebook. And when you're allowing that into your personal space, that affects you, right? Because you may get off Facebook and be like, totally down because our world sucks. Because it does, right? It does. So if you don't allow that negativity into your space, what is going to fill that space instead? Positivity, right? So instead of spending all that time checking in on Facebook, spying on people that you don't care about really, block those people, unfollow those people. They'll never know if you don't follow them. It's a secret, right? Fill your Facebook feed with business stuff. If you're in network marketing, follow groups, follow leaders. A lot of leaders have their profiles set to public, so you can follow them. You can keep an eye on the things that they're doing. You're like, oh, those are really brilliant ideas. Instead of constantly reading memes and stupid cartoons and news stories that just make you want to crawl in a hole. All right, Facebook, cut it out. Number 3 is my favorite. And my husband will totally disagree with me on this because we had an argument about it yesterday about multitasking. For me, multitasking is key because I'm a mom. I'm home all day with my kids. I have to do laundry. I have to clean. I have to make food. I have to entertain my children. I have to take them everywhere I go, okay? So you would think that that doesn't really leave any time for, business stuff, right? Because if I'm with my kids all day long until my husband gets off, and then we have dinner time, and then I come to my office in the evenings. But you know what? I'm working all day long because I am multitasking. I'm sending messages to people all day. I'm following up with people. I'm making posts to my social media accounts. I am listening to calls and periscopes while I'm driving. So I plug my phone into my car, and I have an AV cord, and I plug it in and I listen to it over the speakers. My kids are like totally learning by Periscope how to build a business, and they're 3 and 4, but you know, they're gonna dominate one day because they're just being submersed with all of this education. So I listen to Periscopes while I cook dinner. I listen to, if I take a bath in the evening, I listen to a Periscope while I'm in there, or I listen to a training call, or I watch a video, whatever it may be. If I can have my hands free and submerge myself in some type of education, listen to a book or a podcast, whatever it may be, I'm doing 2 things at once, and you're multitasking. So you're basically doubling that time. If it takes you an hour to cook and prep and clean dinner, and you're listening to something at the same time, you've added an hour to your day. So multitask anytime you have dead time. So that could be while you're cooking, while you're cleaning, while you're driving. Now please don't have your phone up to your head and not pay attention to the road. That's why I say I like to plug it into my car and listen to it over the speakers. If you are at your desk, heads down, doing work, maybe you're listening to a training call or watching a video on there or listening to a video, you can at the same time message people. So whatever your form of communication is, if you prefer to text or email or Facebook message, you can do that at the same time that you're listening. So multitask. Keep lists so that you don't confuse yourself. And I already mentioned I have listened to things while I was in the shower, so that might be TMI, but you know, I try to constantly surround myself with these things that are teaching me so much, these positive things, because if you constantly have positive stuff in your head and in your mind, because that's what your mind is going to be regurgitating over and over, then you're going to see a shift in the way that you feel about your business, the way you feel, you know, about dominating your life. Let's not sugarcoat it. That's basically what it is. Number 4 is plan ahead. And sometimes this is what gets people. Some people say that they're not really good planners. Planning ahead can look as easy as meal planning. So spending some time figuring out what you're going to cook for the week. Shop once, meal plan, cook big so that you can reuse those leftovers on another night. Then you don't have to spend that time cooking the next day. So planning ahead is key because that saves you time, and that basically adds hours to your day. It makes you more efficient. You can also set office hours, and this is something my husband and I also talked about. It's hard for me to set office hours because I have my kids all day, and they're very unpredictable. As soon as I pick up the phone, they're all over me. So I don't have set office hours. I just try to fit it in all day, and it works for me. You can also plan ahead with your social media posts and comments and things like that. So if you use social media like I do, you can follow me on any platform at Essentially Fran. I am always thinking a couple of posts ahead. So if I'm making dinner and it's really pretty plate and whatever, it's a cool trick, I take a picture of it and save it for later so that I can post it on Instagram, in a couple of days. If we're out doing something and I have some ideas, I kind of tuck that in the back of my head, or I write it on a list, kind of like how I did here. I knew I wanted to scope about this, and I wrote it down a couple weeks ago. So planning ahead is key. So I have all of these ideas in my head of things that I want to share on social media, so that I have all these ideas kind of ready to go. And make lists, okay? Lists that are lined out, amazing, right? That makes you feel really good, feel really accomplished. Another list that I am totally loving that I just finally started doing. Let me show this to you guys. This list, my names list. So prior to this, I was a chronic Facebook Messenger text list person. So I would go back through all my old texts and realize, oh, I haven't chatted with this person in 2 months. So let me reach back out to them. Or I'll go back and look through all my old messages on Facebook and see who I haven't chatted with in a while. And, that was a very inefficient way because people just dropped off and then got buried, right? So now I'm much better about keeping track of people on paper. There's a great spot in here to let me know the last time we talked, because you don't want to be annoying and sending too many messages. So make lists, whatever list works for you. Get a notebook. I also do the notebook. You know, I have one notebook where I keep notes from everything. All my leadership calls go in here. All my training calls go in here. You know, whatever it might be, if I need to jot down a note, it goes in here. Whenever I have periscopes, like my, 10 ways to use fennel in here. So keep lists. Keep yourself organized. It's going to save you a ton of time instead of sitting here at your desk wasting like 20 minutes trying to decide what it is you're going to do. You have a list. You're already ready to go. Number 5 is probably the most important one. If you guys are still with me, put up some hearts. Give me some hearts, you guys. Come on. Okay. Number 5, to me, is the most important one. And if you can't do number 5, then you need to be doing something else. So number 5 is make it fun. So if you aren't making it fun, you're doing it wrong, right? You've heard that saying before. If you come, you have your list, your to-do list, your list of follow-ups, your list of people that you need to contact. If that is a total drag to you and you are, just dreading that list or all the things that you have to do, or dreading that you just feel like you don't have time and it's just a drag, then you're in the wrong business. And I'm sorry, but I think it's true. If you can't look at this list of people and to-do list of things that I need to do and thinking about my day and planning it out and all the things that I need to do on top of, I have kids at home with me and they have to be fed and entertained. If I can't look at that as fun and make it fun, then I would never succeed, right? It would be a drag. I would never do it. I would hate it. I would hate every minute of it. Because building a business, building a network marketing business is not easy, right? It's not. And if it's not fun, you'll quit. So you have to make it fun. Because that's where the beauty lies. That's what makes it worth it, right? Some really easy ways to make it fun is have an awesome team, right? You have an awesome team of people around you that are doing it with you. They're all going through the same thing that you are, the same struggles, the same successes. Share your info with your team. Talk to your people. Play music while you're working in your office. Whatever your jam might be, play music. We all know, scientifically proven, that music makes everything better. Another great idea is to have group office time. And I know some of my Columbus people do this. So they have group office time, I think maybe once a month, or I'm not really sure how often. And you just all get together and bring your lists of people and your books and whatever it is that you have to do, and you all just sit around in a room and do it together. Some people socialize, and that's part of working too. That's what we do that's why we do this business, because it's a very social business, right? So if you feel like making it more social is going to make you more productive, then do it. Don't lock yourself in your office and do nothing. If you feel like you need to be around people to get your job done, find a buddy, do it. Find a cross-line relationship. I have cross-line relationships that are truly amazing. We bounce ideas off of each other. We learn from each other. We help each other. It's just great. So find those relationships, cultivate them, make it fun. Do whatever you can possibly do to make it fun. Be silly, be outrageous, be ridiculous. Whatever you have to do, make it fun. Do not make it a chore. I was going to say a job, right? Don't make it a job, because job just has such a negative connotation to it. A job is something that you have to do. This is my dream. This is my life goal. This is my purpose. That sounds so much better than job, right? Anyway, those are my 5. If you came in late, definitely go back and listen to the replay, because number 1 is super important if you missed it. So go back and rewind and watch it from the beginning. Share this with your team. I think these are really smart ideas. Now, again, I am a stay-at-home mom first. That is my primary job. But that doesn't mean it has to be my only job. I am constantly trying to put time and energy into my business, both my businesses. So I don't feel like anything has to sacrifice to something else. I think you can have it all. You are a mom. You deserve it. Just own it and go for it. Don't make excuses. Just do it. You know, go after what you want. Make it work. I did remember one thing that I didn't make on my list. I just remembered this. If you have a goal in mind and you can think realistically how much time you're able to invest in a given week towards, you know, building your business or whatever your goal may be. You know, not everyone on here is building a doTERRA business or network marketing. But if you have a goal and you can, you know, write down how much time you're able to put in, then you can either decide how long it's going to take you to hit your goal based on how much time you are able to invest realistically, or you can have a hard, firm goal and backtrack it and realize, in order for me to hit this goal by this time, in order to hit this goal by this time and this amount of time, divide up your time. Say, okay, this goal is going to take probably this much time altogether, and I have, you know, 18 months to do it. How much time does that give me per week that I need to invest? Don't have a super lofty goal and only be willing to commit 4 hours a week towards hitting that goal. You got to be realistic here. So I like to tell people you can look at it either way. You can decide how much you're willing to put in a week, and then you can set your goal based on that, or you can pick a goal and then use that to determine how much time you should be putting in per week. So that's kind of a smart way to look at it. There's a really horrible reflection coming from a car out here. I'm going blind. You guys see that? Oh man, that's terrible. Yes, Kim just said she's doing bath time with her kids and listening. That is amazing. I have these like everywhere in my house because my husband gets tired of listening to all my Periscopes all the time. He's like, can you please put headphones in? I have these in my office and in my bedroom and even in my kitchen. I mean, you get one of these like every time you get a new phone, right? I probably have 12 of them in my house, so I'm constantly plugging up and listening to something. I listen at the gym. You guys, my gym has Wi-Fi. I'm always listening to Periscope while I'm at the gym. That's a really great motivator to like get your ass going on a treadmill or on an elliptical, because you're like fired up listening to these people that are having, you know, how much, over like $100,000 a month. Hello, that's gonna be me one day, and I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get there. So one way that's gonna do it is to have 25 hours in a day. So those are my tips to help you guys out. Does anyone have any questions before I let you go? I'm getting blinded, so I can't really, I should close those blinds. I do want to show you guys, actually, I'm gonna turn the camera around. See, there's the reflection. It's terrible, but I did just hang. Hopefully you can see it. I got my office put together. Nope, you can't see it. That's awful. Hold on. I don't have a light in here, so you can't really see. There we go. That's better. So I hung up all of my certificates from doTERRA. So my first was director. Yeah, director, executive, elite, premier, and then in February I got the big silver one that actually has my name on it. And I can't tell you, just surrounding yourself with these silly little pieces of paper that I stare at when I'm sitting at my desk does wonders, right? Because I don't want to stop here. I'm not going to stop here, you know? I don't know if I'm going to have a frame for every single certificate moving forward. Maybe I will. You know, there's a lot of bare space up there. I can totally fill all of that up. So, moral of the story, surround yourself by stuff that inspires you. because you're sitting in your office looking up at these things. And I'm sorry, I just got a notification on my phone. And they inspire you to do more. I know another one that I was looking at today is this one from convention last year. She built it. Oiler for life. Starfish, Team Flight, Pure Oil couple team, taking it all the way. Healing Hands, I share doTERRA. First time attendee, doTERRA Global Campus Tour, Francis, Elite. So, surround yourself by stuff that inspires you, that makes you want to go further, makes you want to dream, you know. Even if you only have a tiny little corner in your kitchen. I'm fortunate that our new house, we have an extra bedroom that I claimed is mine. Does anybody have anything that they want to add? Any other time-saving tips or questions for me before we hang up? Let's see if I can get this back up here without hanging up on you guys. I did get a tripod. I'm treating my periscopes professionally, you guys. I got a tripod. All right, if nobody has anything, I'm going to end. But thank you guys for joining me. Please share this with your teams and add any other suggestions that you guys use personally to help save time, to make the most of your time, to be efficient with your time, because that is really the key to building your dreams, right? Managing your own business or managing the network marketing business is to be effective with your time. That's all I got. I'm out of time. All right. Love you guys. Bye.